And don't act like you don't know what I mean, because every time is our time. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, once again, it is that time.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, children of all age. You know what? On second thought, let me retract that, because a lot of the shows you're going to be hearing from us are not for the kids. There's going to be some family-friendly stuff that we do around these parts, but for the most part, this is a Dave Chappelle show situation. Better not bring your kids. So let's strike that. Let's strike the children of all ages, but let's keep it going. Family, friends, people all over the world, welcome to the next chapter. Welcome to a new era. Welcome to the Nefarious Media Network. I am one of the crew here at Nefarious, and we thank you so much for checking out this debut episode from this network, episode 0, kind of giving you a brief primer, a brief history, because a lot of y'all have been rocking with us here since 2013, but some of y'all may be new around these parts, and we appreciate that. So this is a quick primer from me and a couple of the cats that are part of the team here at Nefarious Media to give you an idea of what to expect from us. So let me introduce who I have here on this maiden voyage of Nefarious Media. Of course, I am the Godfather, Nate Milton, your favorite podcaster's favorite podcaster. I'm a 20-year broadcast professional, and I have over 10 years in the podcast game. So, you know, ain't a damn thing changed about your man Nate on these streets. And this episode, I am joined by my right-hand man. You know him from the Kings of Sport podcast. You know him from the NWA podcast over at Post Wrestling. You know him from so many of the things that we talk about in this space. He is also the mayor pro tem of Los Angeles, California. Some call him Moderna Chris. Some call him Mimosa Chris. I call him my brother, my friend. Y'all give it up for Chris from LA, a.k.a. the Professor, Dr. Christopher Marquise Ely. Can we rock? What's up, Doc?
Yo, what's up, man? I'm just glad to be back in time.
Welcome.
For the second TikTok era, right?
Hey, man, if you blinked and you missed it, grand opening, grand closing, grand reopening.
Right. So we're here, and Trump saved TikTok after getting it banned in the first place. But he saved it.
Play. That's a smart play. It's like the firefighter that starts his own fire.
Yeah, right. Like we're starting fires and getting credit for extinguishing our own fires, right? We start the fires and then we extinguish them, and then we get credit for extinguishing them, man. Like, it is what it is. Brand new world.
Hey, brand new world, and we just living in it, Chris. And there's another person who is going to be part of this journey here with the team at Nefarious Media. Y'all know him and love him. He is the super producer. He is the Caitlin Clark of production. And that's why so many people call him Caitlin Dark. This brother started out as a walk-on, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Was living 10-day contract to 10-day contract with the Kings of Sport Network. And finally, because of his hard work, because of his dedication, because of his talent, because of who he is, he is no longer 10-day Ray Williams. He is a member of this team, Chris. He is a member of the Nefarious family. He is the host of the SBF podcast, along with the great Maestro Chinyere Okafor. Y'all give it up for two-way Ray Williams. Ray Williams, welcome to Nefarious, brother.
Hey. It's a new day. Yes, it is. Oh, we have yet to get to there. But yeah, it's exciting times. I'm looking forward to everything that's in store, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna fill the people in, brother Nate.
Absolutely. And so real quick, like this episode is not going to be one of our marathon episodes like you've heard from the NWA podcast or from the Kings of Sport podcast. We're just going to be here for a short time, but hopefully a good time to give you a bit of a heads up on what is to come from Nefarious. If you were listening to this on January 20th, the launch day, this is the first thing you will hear from Nefarious Media. That day as well, we dropped our first edition of the Parlay under the Nefarious Media banner, featuring Ray, myself, and friends of the program and members of this team, Brittany Monet, and the Conscience, the Reverend Dr. Steve Kentavious Caldwell Willie on these streets. And so that kind of brings me to this whole mission of the team here, because I know some people out there saying to themselves, Self, why should I be so hyped about a new podcast network? There's so many podcasts I can choose from. There's so many outlets I can go for my media, especially in the age that we're living in with the new president, 45, 47, back in charge. So why should I care about a new podcast network? And the reason I would say that y'all should care is because of what this network stands for, Chris.
Right.
This network stands for a couple things, man. We're going to give you thoughtful commentary. We're going to give you thoughtful conversations, regardless of the topic, whether we're talking about sports, movies, music, entertainment, politics, pro wrestling, all of that. We are going to give you thoughtful commentary from some of the best podcasters that I've had the privilege to work with in my over 20-year career. So we're going to be thoughtful, Chris. The second thing we're going to be is truthful. We're going to be truthful, Chris. You know, there's a lot of places you can go, and they'll tell you what they want you to hear. They'll tell you what they want you to believe. They'll tell you about life in the way that they wish it were and not how it is. And we're not going to do that, man. Even if it's something we don't agree with, we're not going to sugarcoat stuff. We're not going to sell you wolf tickets. We're going to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, Ruth. Mm-hmm. And the third thing that I think embodies our network, Chris, we're thoughtful, we're truthful.
Right.
And we turn up, Chris. We're going to have fun, man, because all of us work day jobs in addition to being part of this podcast network. And it is not worth it to be here if we are not having fun. So we're going to have fun with everything we do. Even when it's serious subjects, we find ways to have fun with it, Chris. And I think there is something to joy in your media versus media that wants to divide people, media that wants you to feel depressed about your life and your situation. Yes, your situation may not be the best, but you can still find joy in your life. And hopefully through our conversations, Chris, through our friends that we have as part of this team here at Nefarious, we can have thoughtful conversations, we can have truthful conversations, and we can turn up when need be, Chris.
Right, yeah, I agree. And I don't think we are doing anybody any favors by sugarcoating things or lying or telling people the sky is like purple when the sky is blue and all that shit. We gotta be 100 with the audience, tell the truth as best as we know it, have guests on our network that are going to indulge us with the truth as well, not lie or bullshit or placate or anything like that, man. This is a good new era, even though we're in the midst of what's going to be a wretched 4 years. We will try to make the best of it as best we can, but it's good. Y'all will feel it in the first 2 days. I'm promising y'all that. I mean, it's It just is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Like elections have consequences. But the thing is, man, like you said, Chris, we always going to be truthful with the audience, man.
Right.
For instance, we are supposed to be right now live on Post Wrestling for the NWA podcast, which we will be live in about 5 to 10 minutes. But because of the way our schedules are, hey, John, Way, sorry, my boys. Like we had to find a space to get this in, and given that the NWA is probably going to go until at least midnight tonight, we got to get in where we fit in. So we are here to just give y'all a quick, brief synopsis of what we're going to bring to you with Nefarious. And again, this is about family, man. This is a team. These are my brothers. These are my co-hosts. These are my producers, but they also my friends. They also my family. And speaking of family, one voice that you will hear on this network, part of Nefarious Media, is a young brother that I've been impressed with for a long time, a young brother that I got a lot of respect for, a young brother that is always going to give you thoughtful commentary, give you truthful commentary, and you know he going to turn up as well, because that's what these youngins do. Y'all give it up for my nephew, the youngest in charge, host of Andrew Thompson Interviews. Andrew Thompson, what's good, nephew? Welcome to Nefarious, brother.
And just like that, he disappeared. we gave him such a great intro.
I was setting up the table. I was giving him the alley, waiting for the oops. And then Andrew said, nah, I'm good, fam.
Yeah.
But that's what this stuff is, Ray. That's part of what I love about broadcasting. That's part of what I love about podcasting, man, especially in this new era where we can do so many different things, so many kind of neat tricks and tools that we've gained. When we were all locked up during the pandemic, and we had to find creative outlets. We had to find these outlets to talk with each other and have community with each other and have fun with each other. And that's the spirit, Chris, I want to bring to Nefarious, because again, even in the midst of a bad time, Ray Williams, even in the midst of hard times, as Dustin Rhodes would tell you, Ray Williams, you can find a little bit of joy. And that joy don't mean that everything that is bad is not bad anymore, but it's like, hey, we can keep going. We can keep fighting. Like people been going. People been fighting. And so whether we talking again, Ray, movies, sports, TV, comic books, video games, like there's so many different shows that we want to present and promote on this network. And another thing that I think you can touch on real quick, Ray, is community, man, bringing people in, collaboration, because we are actively looking for people that want to get into this, man, want to say their verse. You know, Hustle and Flow had that quote, man. It's every man or woman's God-given right to have a couple verses on the track of life. And if you are somebody who has always thought about starting a podcast, or you're somebody who has a podcast and would like a little bit more amplification, a little bit more of a platform, man, holler at me, holler at Ray, holler at Chris, because we are looking to actively collaborate with people. And if you're somebody like Andrew Thompson that may be a little shy of the spotlight at times, see, now that I'm talking trash about nephew, now he want to pop back up. But if you're somebody that wants to produce, somebody that wants to edit, man, if that's where your talent is and you want to partner with us here at Nefarious, man, that's what we all about. So real quick, because I know John and Wade probably tapping their watches, man. Let's hit Ray and let's hit nephew real quick. Ray, excitement for this, man, and talking about that collaborative spirit that we're trying to bring here at Nefarious Media.
Yes, sir. I believe that's how I was able to come on board, because Nate, you kind of put the call to action a couple years ago, and that's how I was able to kind of come on board. But don't think just because you're offering up your services that it's going to be easy. Be willing to put the work in. I know all of us have been doing that. Again, like you said, Nate, we all got shoot jobs. We all got day jobs, but we still have to find the time and collaborate together and get together about some things. And I just love how we're getting people, literally people from all around the world, when you count Chi and you count our folks, good folks up north, our neighbors up north. And it's like everybody has one goal to make this thing grow. So just be willing to put in the work, and everything should go smoothly, hopefully. Yes. I mean, there's always going to be some bumps in the road, but we always know how to take care of them and to handle them.
Well, here's the thing, nephew, and I'll give you the last word as we start to wrap up, man, on episode 0 for Nefarious Media. Because Ray, look, I was getting the people hyped, nephew. Like, come on, man, let's collaborate, work together, get a spirit. And then Ray Williams came in with the Debbie Allen from Fame. You want to be a star? This is where you start. You gotta put in the work. Fame, I wanna live forever.
This is where you pay for it in sweat.
This is where you pay for it in sweat if you're trying to be down with Nefarious. Y'all tired of your podcast producer all in the video, all in the editing booth? Become the Nefarious Media. But nephew, Ray talked about hard working, man, and that's something that the four of us and the people that work with us here on the team, ain't none of us scared of hard work. You are one of the hardest working brothers I know, nephew, and I'm excited, man, for this new era. Like the Kings of Sport ain't going away. It's part of Nefarious, but Nefarious is bigger than that, man. Nefarious is about finding unique voices, man, giving people opportunities, man. And if they want to put the work in, nephew, I'm excited about what this can become.
Yeah, for sure. I was sitting in the old stream y'all link for the past 20 minutes. I was in there chilling. I was like, we ain't started yet. I had been chilling. You know that old stream, the original one where he had sent. I was in that joint chilling. I was like with Nate, Chris, and Ray at, man. I was like, we must be we're gonna hit the 8:30ish.
We on CPT, but I know CPT is a thing, but this is egregious.
But I was like, hold on, let me check Twitter real quick, and I seen the new link. I was like, oh damn. But yeah, man, I'm excited. First of all, it's always a pleasure to be on the show with you three good men. It's always an honor hearing you guys' respective opinions, and I'm more so. I think I'm excited to see like this be like a fresh start, if you will, like a new season, or a spinoff of another show, like the next iteration. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see the people that will be involved. I know this is just hold on. See, I'm getting a little too excited. See, but see, I think this is gonna be cool because this is just like this is a branch of an overall bigger tree, and I think that is going to continue to unfold over the next however long, and I'm excited for everybody involved. I'm excited to be a part of it. I'm excited to see what comes of everything. I'm excited to see the different projects, the different spin-off things. You know what I'm saying, Brother Nate? I know some things in the works that haven't been formally announced yet, but that the public might soon hear about. So I'm excited for everybody involved, man. I'm excited to be a part of it, and it's gonna be a fun ride, man. And I appreciate y'all having your boy.
Absolutely, brother. And so I guess kind of to sum things up, Chris, basically I would say to the listener, especially the new listeners who are just checking this out. Maybe somebody shared it with you. Maybe you caught one of the links. Maybe John Pollock and Wei Ting talked us up. And you're like, let me check these dudes out. We appreciate y'all for checking us out, Chris. I think this is going to be an exciting ride. It's going to be a bumpy ride at times. It's going to be a fun ride, a silly ride at times, a serious ride at times, but it's going to be one hell of a ride, and we are glad that y'all have decided to come along with us on this trip. A couple of housekeeping notes before we get out of here. If y'all want to support us, if y'all want to support what we're doing here, what we're trying to do in terms of having thoughtful, truthful, turned-up commentary. And look here, Ray. Mark Bernardin has a slogan. Mark Bernardin, a great writer, and he's a great podcaster too. Co-host Fat Man Beyond with Kevin Smith. Mark Bernardin has one of my favorite sayings ever. Be humble, but let a motherfucker know. Let me say it again, Ray Williams. Be humble, but let a motherfucker know. And what Mark means by that is, hey, if you are somebody who has put the work in, who has put the time in, who has the talent for this stuff, be confident in your abilities, man. Don't let anybody look down on you just because you're not at a certain spot or a certain position. But also be humble, man. Like, treat people the way you want to be treated, basically. But also let them know you a bad motherfucker when it comes to whatever your passion is. And for us, we some bad motherfuckers when it comes to podcasting. And we're going to let y'all know that each and every week. We're going to be more consistent with the programming than we were with the Kings of Sport. Again, we got a good team here. Chris, Ray, Nephew, Brittany Monet, Steve Willie, Jennifer Smith, Chinyere Okafor. There's some other folks who may pop in from time to time. And again, we are looking for people to collaborate with. So this is going to be a fun journey. If you'd like to support the journey, head over to the Patreon. Right now, the Patreon is still at Kings of Sport, the patreon.com/Kings of Sport. And for the remainder of January, it's only $2.50 for y'all to sign up. Not $5, not $10. $2.50 for the remainder of January, but February 1st, it goes back to full price because you know why. And if you got that joke, then you are in the right place. You have found a home here at Nefarious Media, man, because we're going to have some fun. We're going to think about some things. We're going to talk about the world in the way that it is and not the way others wish to portray it as. And again, man, we don't have to agree with everybody, regardless of what that man on the stage, 45, 47. Thank you, Ray. No matter what that man on the stage will try to tell you, man, America is not a wasteland. America is not this trash country that needs to be cleaned up. Are there issues in America? Absolutely. And we're going to talk about them here at Nefarious Media. But there's beauty in America. There's pride in America. There's power in America, not white power. There is white power in America, but you know what I'm trying to say, Ray? But we're going to have some fun with it, man. We're going to be different than some of these other podcasts out here. We're going to have some fun with it. Subscribe to the YouTube. Subscribe to the Patreon. Follow us on Instagram, because we are going to have an Instagram page. Ray, did you do the IG page yet? Ray said, no, nobody asked me to do a damn IG page, but we're going to get an IG page up, Ray. Follow us on Blue Sky. Follow us on X, because we're still on X. And follow us on Facebook, because we are still on Facebook. But again, man, thank y'all for joining us for this journey. Ray, any last words?
I guess like we were expressed before, really excited about what the future holds, and just happy to be willing to collaborate with new people and just trying to branch this thing out a little bit more. Like I think you mentioned on NWA before, in the words, I know we all have some history with a Christian faith, and as Queen Esther was told, who knows if you were brought in such a time as this. So, and we mentioned that before. So I think, especially with, as Chris alluded to, the next 4 years, I think it was really vital for different voices to be heard during this time. So I'm really excited about what the future holds.
Chris, talk to him.
I guess I can't say it any better than Ray just said it, but just stay tuned and we will bring you something. All right.
We're going to bring you something. Nephew, any last words, brother?
The revolution may not be televised, but it may be podcasted.
It damn sure will be podcasted. You're going to steal my gimmick, steal it right, nephew.
but nah, man, in all seriousness, very grateful to be a part of this. Very grateful to be affiliated. Very grateful to be amongst the individuals that are going to be a part of this. Again, it's always a pleasure doing any type of podcasting with you three individuals, man. And I'm looking forward to more of that in 2025. I think it's going to be a fun year. Despite anything that may be happening, on any specific day, maybe things that maybe even happen on Monday, no specific reason at all why I said Monday, but so we're gonna
the national championship. That's why.
Yeah, there you go, Ray.
Yeah.
Ray.
Nephew got money on Notre Dame.
Hey, Ray, Raw on Netflix. That's exactly what I'm
Raw,
talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But no, man. I think even like one thing that I know, and this is speaking about y'all three, and even some of the individuals that I saw that's going to be a part of Nefarious Media. I think one thing that everybody that's affiliated with this thrives in is speaking on things that can be sometimes difficult to dissect on just a simple black and white level. And I think everybody has the range and the just the wherewithal and the knowledge to present these things from a factual standpoint, opposed to just throwing out, opinionate. I mean, everything is about your, giving your opinions. But I think a lot of the things that you'll hear from people on this outlet is that, a lot of things are just rooted in just pure facts and knowledge. And, you'll have your occasional funny moments, and, you'll have the jokiness and the ha-has and all that stuff. But one thing I'm looking forward to is a lot of those serious conversations that I know will draw a lot of traction and, bring a lot of people to the platform. So definitely go subscribe.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself, nephew. Subscribe. Let your friends know about this, man. This ain't going nowhere. Nefarious Media. Day one. We here. We out here, man. So thank y'all again for pressing play on this episode. Thank you for checking this out, man. Thank you for subscribing to the Patreon. Even if you didn't subscribe to the Patreon, I know you're going to subscribe to the Patreon because it's only $2.50 right now. I know you got $2.50, man. Come on, tax time is coming. So check out the Patreon, man. Support us. If you're a podcaster or an editor or anybody like that who wants to get into the game a little bit, or you're in the game and want to be on a different platform, hit us up, man. We're actively looking for collaborators, and we're going to have some fun with this thing. So for Chris, for Ray, for the nephew, for everybody here affiliated with Nefarious Media, I am the Godfather, Nate Milton. And yes, as Ray alluded to, man, we are in uncertain waters. We are in uncertain times, but I do believe that this network is here for such a time as this, because this is our time. And when I say this is our time, I mean it's the time for people that want thoughtful conversations, for people that want truthful conversations, for people that like to turn up a little bit. This is our time. And it's time for a change in the podcast game, and we are going to change the game by any means necessary, even if those means may be nefarious. Hit that damn button, Ray.